Hello friends! A whole lot of us over in the Story Continued book club have been in a pretty big reading slump, at least for the entire month of March, probably even before then, but we all have, or many of us have over there. And so the hosts of the book club, Serena and Paige, created an event for all of us this weekend, Thursday, March 30th through Sunday, April 2nd, to help us get out of this reading slump. It's called the Slump Buster Event. And there's several reading sprints scheduled, and we have this fun, cute little bingo board to, do some really easy small tasks, and then a movie night to end it on Sunday as well over on Discord. So it should be pretty chill, very laid back, just easygoing, fun. Just try and get us all back into reading because many of us need it, and I am no exception. It's the end of March. We have 2 days left in this month, and I have finished exactly one book. And that was Babel by RF Kuang, I think. And then the only other book that I even attempted to read this month was our book club pick for March, which was Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, I think. I've already returned it to the library. I DNF'd it. It was, honestly, it was really boring, and it had nothing to do with Medusa, pretty much, even though it was her story. So I made it about 120 pages in and just gave up. So, not the best reading month so far. I probably won't hit every single spot. I don't know what are the places on a bingo board called? I won't have a blackout bingo, put it that way, most likely. I do want to at least get one bingo, but I'll try and get as many as I can. So those are all pretty easy tasks that I should at least be able to get one bingo in for. And so I think this was going to be great, and I thought I would bring you along to see how well I do. To start off, I think I'm going to try and finish another book this month so I can have more than one book finished in March. We only have 2 days left. Today is the 30th, and then, so it's today and tomorrow, the only days we have left in March. And every single year since I started BookTube, I have fully participated in middle grade March, except this year. So, to at least somewhat participate, I think I'm going to try and read this very small middle grade that I have. I picked it up, come here, back in the fall at Goodwill. It's very tiny. It's The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Speare. It's only, how many pages are you? It's 223 pages long, and I have the audiobook from the library, and it was only, I think, 7 hours, and since it's a middle grade, I could probably speed that up quite a bit, and I think that's doable to get in this month in 2 days. So that's my first challenge for myself. That's not necessarily a challenge specific to this Slump Buster event, but it feels weird to not participate in it since I have every year since I've been on BookTube. I guess we're going to start with this one, and then we'll see about all the other bingo boards and reading events. So, hopefully this will be fun and interesting, and I will see you very soon. So yesterday I did finish The Witch of Blackbird Pond, and it occurred to me that I don't think I actually told you what this book was about. So we're following this young girl named Kit who grew up. She was born and raised in Barbados. She was orphaned as a very young child, and she was raised by her grandfather on a plantation in Barbados. And her grandfather was old, he died, and so she booked passage to America to live with her aunt, her mom's sister, who she had never met before. And when she got there, she was surprised to learn that they were Puritans. And because of the way she grew up, you know, being able to read and swim and being very strong-minded, you know, all the things that Puritans hate in women. And she befriends a woman down by Blackbird Pond, who of course everybody thinks is a witch. She's a Quaker. And then eventually Kit herself gets accused of being a witch, even though that ended up being a pretty small portion of the book. It didn't happen until the end, and it was over really quickly. It wasn't the best book I've ever read, but it certainly wasn't the worst. It's kind of old. Well, it's old-ish. It's not like a, well, maybe it is old. The first copyright date is 1958. So, okay, it's older than I thought, which makes a little bit more sense about how certain things were handled. You know, she grew up on a plantation in the 1600s, so obviously she definitely owned slaves, and she didn't seem to have a problem with that or understand the cruelties that they went through being owned or being shipped to Barbados to her. So that was part of it. One of her cousins was also disabled. I'm assuming, I think maybe she had polio, because it was when they were younger, she and her brother both got sick with a fever. And the brother died and she lived, but her leg was deformed in some way. So I'm assuming it was polio, but you know, some of it was handled good and then some of it wasn't. It was really hit or miss with a whole lot of those topics. But seeing how old it was now makes it make a little bit more sense. I didn't realize it was quite that old. It was fine. I read it in 2 days. It served its purpose. It was a middle grade, and I at least finished 2 books in March. So we're good with that. Today I am gonna read, because to hit that bingo I need to read at least 15 minutes a day. But first I have a mess. Like, I have a mess going on right now, and I really need to clean it up, mostly because I don't know how I'm functioning in this mess, but also I need to clean this mess so I can make another mess. Getting ready to film the overhead portion of a book haul that'll be coming out to you soon. So that's what I want to do today. I want to clean up a mess, make another mess by filming some books. I will eventually also clean off my bookshelf, not this weekend, but I need to do that. So I'm going to be filming a book haul and eventually a book on haul, cleaning off my shelves as well. And since I've been feeling, I know I'm not very consistent with videos, but I've been feeling very motivated to film and posting more consistently. So I'm trying, while I have this motivation this high, I'm trying to pre-film as much as possible so that I will have things that all I have to do is edit and get out to you on a more regular basis. So that's sort of what mode I'm in right now. So let's get busy.
All the way back up 9 pages of Wilde and Woodsman. That's good. I read the first page of that. I did.
So I think it's time for us to do a bingo task, and I have a stack of books here. There are 5 of them because we are going to read the first sentence of 5 TBR books. So I haven't had a set predetermined TBR. Hold on, the door opened. And the washing machine is very loud. Okay. Hopefully that's better. I'm sorry if you can still hear it, but it's like right outside my door, so there's not much I can do about that. So as I was saying, I haven't had a predetermined set TBR in several months. There it goes again. Hold on. Okay, it's third time's the charm. I actually closed it all the way, and I'll just have to get somebody to let me out. Alright, so no set TBR, but I do have a pile here of 5 books that have really been calling my name. 3 of them I will definitely be reading this month, and the other 2 are sort of mood reads if when I feel like picking them up. But they are all books I am very excited to get to. So let's read the first sentence of each of them, shall we? Okay, first up we have Wildwood Dancing by Juliet Marillier. I don't think I'm going to give you the synopsis, we're just going to read the first sentence. I've heard it said that girls can't keep secrets. Okay, then we have What Should Be Wild by Julia Fine. Deep in the wood, there is a dappled clearing, a quiet carved space between 2 hills heavy with trees. Emily Wilde's Encyclopaedia of Faeries by Heather Fawcett. This I will be reading for sure because it's a library book and I have to give it back. Shadow is not at all happy with me. Weyward by Emilia Hart. This one is one I am most excited to get to. I pre-ordered this one and it came in and I was going to read it anyway, but it also happens to be the Story Continued Book Club's pick for April, so I will be reading this one this month. 10 days they'd held me there. Okay, and then lastly we have what I am currently reading because I am actually buddy reading this with a couple of people from the book club Discord. Is The Wolf and the Woodsman by Reid. The trees have to be tied down by sunset. Alright, well, now I'm even more excited to get to each and every one of these now that I've read those first slides. So I think now I'm really excited. Like, I'm really excited to start reading again. So maybe this whole Slump Buster event actually is going to work. But we are now at the end. Today is Sunday, April 2nd. And let's go through the checklist, or not the checklist, but the bingo. Let's see how many bingos we got. So let's do that. We'll start from the top. Read 15 minutes each day. I did do that for sure. You probably saw in B-roll I read this morning already. Do a reading sprint. I did that yesterday. I joined one on YouTube. read the first sentence of 5 TBR books. We just did that one, and that was our first bingo. Okay. Read something that's not a book. I did not do that. I don't read fan fiction, and I certainly don't have any magazines or anything, so I haven't done that one. Free spot. Share why you love reading in the server. I did not do that. Share a book rec in the server. I did not do that. Try a new reading spot. I did do that when I was reading this morning. I read on the dining room table, and I don't think I've ever read there before. I've read on the kitchen counter, but never on the table beside it. So that gave us bingo number 2. That's exciting. And let yourself DNF. I didn't DNF anything at all because I didn't need to. So, yay, we did good. Or I did good. So I think this really helped. I think what helped most was reading those first lines. So maybe I should start doing that. Because I'm very excited about all of these books now. So, I am so glad that I did this. And I'm so glad that you joined me. If you are still here, why don't you leave me the feather emoji to represent the birds on the cover of Weyward. And as always, I thank you so much for being here, and I hope that means I see you soon.